Hillary Clinton is disqualified from being the commander-in-chief of the United States. In fact, one of her first acts as president may very well be to pardon herself.
To get the information from Hillary Clinton, you need to get a subpoena from the FBI.
She put America's secrets at risk for her convenience. She put American intelligence officers at risk for her convenience. She put American strategy at risk for her convenience. Let me tell you who's not qualified to be president of the United States, Chris. Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Bernie Sanders is a socialist. I think Bernie Sanders is a good candidate for president of Sweden.
The GOP presidential candidates wasting no time taking on the Democrats during last night's debate. That coming the same day President Obama confidently told members of his party a Democrat will win in November. So which GOP candidate should Democrats fear the most in a general election? Here with reaction, former Ohio Congressman and Fox News contributor Dennis Kucinich. Sir, it's great to have you here. Thanks for waking up for us.
Thank you. I just want to point out at the beginning that Sweden doesn't have a president. They have a prime minister. It's Stefan Löfven.
Well, that's an important point to make, so I appreciate that. Let's start, though, with that question of who Democrats should fear the most. You've been in a unique position of running for president twice, and we hear from, Hillary Clinton saying, I don't watch these debates, kind of laughing at a Donald Trump nomination. We know that that's not necessarily the reality, though. In your assessment of this, who do you think Democrats should fear the most?
Oh, Donald Trump, there's no question about it. I mean, Donald Trump has appeal with the old Reagan Democrats. There's a new generation of them, and Donald Trump certainly, from my experience in talking to people, seems to be reaching them. Whether or not he'll be able to actually complete the entire election without any major faux pas remains to be seen, but he shows great resilience. Without Trump in the race, it was interesting to see Bush. Governor Bush and how well he did during the debate. But Trump is in the race, so that kind of changes the calculus for all the candidates.
What do you say, though, when you look at polls? There are a lot of people that agree with you that Trump would be a really tough one for Hillary Clinton to go against, but you look at polls, and that is where Donald Trump struggles at the moment. When you compare it to how Cruz is doing and Rubio is doing against Hillary Clinton, Trump doesn't always win against her in these polls. Do you think that could change in a general election?
Oh, look, this general election is going to be a classic, and if the Republicans nominate Trump, he probably has a chance to reach an electorate and has a larger bandwidth, broader bandwidth than any other Republican candidate. However, I just want to say that watching the Republican debate, I was impressed by how many of the candidates scored points with the audience simply by attacking Hillary Clinton. Now, if you're going to be president of the United States, you have to talk about more than Hillary Clinton. And you have to tell people what you're going to do. And to his credit, one of the few people who seemed to follow that path was John Kasich. I thought he was very commendable, and I don't know if he helped himself in Iowa, but probably helped himself in New Hampshire. Well,
let's get some of your predictions. Iowa's now just days away, New Hampshire shortly after that. Looking at the polls and watching this play out, who do you think is going to end up winning both of those? And do you expect to see a dark horse potentially in somewhere like New Hampshire, often known for having someone come up last minute?
Well, at this point, Cruz has a slight edge in Iowa, I believe, but Trump could still win it. Trump wins New Hampshire, I believe. And as far as the Democrats, that's a toss-up in Iowa. And you get to New Hampshire, Sanders is clearly going to win New Hampshire. The dark horse in the race with the Republicans is keep an eye on John Kasich in New Hampshire, because it's not just that he's polling well. His message of unity, I think, is resonating, and he also comes across as very practical in his approach.
And both of you from Ohio. That's very interesting. We'll see how all of this plays out. Congressman, thanks for being with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thanks. Good to be with you.